Esty is a girl who loves to read books. When she was young, she dreamed of opening a bookstore. Now, she has achieved her dream by opening a bookstore that named Happy Bookstore. Then, her customer introduced her the transaction processing system, also known as the TPS system. Thank you. Transaction processing system is a type of information that collect, store, modify, and retrieve the transaction of an organization. All transaction processing systems should pass the ACID test. A transaction process system must be constant state. Also, we call it a consistent state. Example, when an electronic payment is made, either both must occur or neither. In case of a failure transaction completion, the partially executed will be rolled back to the TPS. While this type of integrity must be provided also for bulk transaction processing. It is also important for online processing such as booking airline seat system that is accessed by multiple operators. After an empty seat inquiry, the seat reservation data must be locked until the reservation is made. This is because without a proper transaction monitoring, double booking may occur. TPS other transaction monitor functions include date log detection and resolution, transaction logging for hard drive recovery in case of massive failures.
Types of TPS contrasted with batch processing, in which batch processing transactions are accumulated over time and processed identically. It involves processing several transactions at the same time. However, results are unavailable instantly. Real-time and batch processing. Real-time processing is unique, where it requires the master file to be available most of the time for updating and reference. Because batch processing database is not accessible all the time. Real-time processing has less errors, as the transaction data is validated and entered immediately. Whereas with batch processing, the data is organized and stored before the master file is updated. Therefore, more computer operators are required in real-time processing.
TPS features. The fast performance with a rapid response time is critical. Business cannot afford to have customers waiting for a TPS to respond. The turnaround time from the input to the output must be a few seconds or less. Reliability. Many organizations rely heavily on their TPS. A breakdown will disrupt operations or even stop the business. For a TPS to be effective, its failure rate must be very low. A well-designed backup and recovery procedure is essential when a TPS fails. Inflexibility. A TPS wants every transaction to be processed in the same way. There will be too many opportunities for non-standard operations if a TPS were flexible. For example, a commercial airline accepts different transactions of reservations data from different travel agents will be a problem. Control processing. The processing unit TPS must support an organization's operations. For example, if an organization allocates roles and responsibilities to particular employees, then the TPS should enforce and maintain this requirement.
After using the transaction processing system, Esty can manage her transaction well and her operation activity. She began to use the transaction processing system to organize her accounts and her books in her store.